Good morning, y'all. How's everyone doing? Oh my goodness, let me find the live chat here. Hey, Melanie, Preschool Granny, Leroy, I'll send you a message after my stream. Hibiscus, good morning. Peyton's Posies, good morning. This sweet baby stole my heart. Yeah, I mean, I had to take a break when Smokey was sick, so I kind of lost track of what happened with Harmony's case. And I thought someone told me they found her body. But from what I've read, they have not found her body. And now her stupid dad's lawyers wants his confession that he made during the search thrown out of court. Hell to the no. They shouldn't allow that thrown out of court. I mean, if you're dumb enough, thank God he's dumb, to talk to cops during a search like that, then it's your own fault. Everybody knows to lawyer up. I'm glad criminals are so dumb, y'all. I really am. Plus, we're going to look at some more true crime this morning. I saw something about Vanessa Bryant won a lawsuit, Kobe Bryant's wife, and she won this lawsuit because the firefighters and EMTs and stuff were taking pictures of the crash and posting them out and stuff. So she won a lawsuit, and the families of the other people that died on that helicopter crash won some money too. Can we friend you on Facebook? Do you have a group? Yeah, look up. No, I don't have a group, but y'all know what? I never hardly get on Facebook. I don't even have the app, y'all. But since you asked that, yeah, we should make a Facebook group. We should. You can find me on Facebook under CC Life. You'll see my picture. I need to get back in Discord, y'all. Bad. I've just been so busy. I mean to go in there and then I forget. Anyways, let's see what else going on. And another thing I saw, this guy burnt his girlfriend's genitals, took a pole and raped her, dropped a baby from a window, and he's out on bond. Can y'all believe that? Like, what in the hell's going on in the world? How you doing, Mike? Let's see what's going on with Harmony right here. Let me read it. I want to screen share. Please, Chromebook, screen share this morning correctly. This thing gets on my nerves so bad I can't hardly stand it. Lucky it ain't thrown over the hill. If I didn't have to use it for YouTube, but, I would throw it over the damn hill. Okay, so there's little Harmony. It says, her shirt says, girls rule the world. Bless her heart. Look how pretty. Hey, if anybody's out there that don't want their kids, hey, email me. I will help you find your kid a home. Don't be beating on them and killing them. Pieces of shit. I ain't smoked this morning, y'all, and these weirdos better watch out. Okay. Defense lawyers for missing Harmony Montgomery's father, Adam, are trying to throw out 2 police interviews after allegedly the officers ignored the defendant when he refused to talk and pushed him to reveal information. Bullcrap. In court filings this week, New Hampshire defense attorney Caroline Smith said the officers pressed and badgered Montgomery to speak to them during 2 different incidents. The union leader reports the first incident happened on New Year's Eve after Harmony was reported missing. Police then questioned Montgomery several days later on January 4th. Now's your chance, man. Defend yourself, one of the officers reportedly said. Hey, what if they did say this? I mean, they was just trying to find out where this little girl was at. She's been missing for years. Years, y'all. Harmony was officially reported missing December 2021, although she has not been seen in years. Court documents released earlier this year indicate police received a call from Harmony's biological mother, Crystal Sorey, on November 18, 2021, who claimed her daughter was missing. Crystal told police that Adam had physical custody of the girl, and she couldn't get in touch with him. You tell me what kind of judge is going to give physical custody to somebody like him, who's got a long history, a rap sheet. Sorey added she lost custody of Harmony in 2018 due to drug use. Adam, according to Sorey, blocked her calls, blocked her from social media, didn't allow her to speak to Harmony after Easter 2019. New Hampshire police reached out to New Hampshire Department of Children's Services to locate Adam. But by December 27, 2021, the agency couldn't find him. Police began searching for Adam when they learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since October or November of 2019. Gosh, that's a long time. It's 2022. On December 31st, 2021, police located Adam sleeping in a car in New Hampshire with his current girlfriend. Boy, there's some real winners. The girlfriend told police that Adam never once talked about Harmony. And she didn't ask, hey, where's your child at that used to live with us? Bullcrap. I don't believe that. She knew what happened, I believe. Adam reportedly told police that Harmony's mother came to pick her up in Manchester, New Hampshire around Thanksgiving 2019. Adam claimed he hadn't seen his daughter since. Y'all some wonderful parents. Wonderful parents. Bless her little heart. Look at her little glasses. Adam was subsequently arrested, charged with assault, child endangerment, interference with custody after a family member alleged that he witnessed Adam striking Harmony. Well, that family member should have acted right then and there when he witnessed that. You hit a kid in front of me, and I'm going to pick up something, and I'm going to knock your brains out with it. Facts. Then I'm going to call the police to come and pick your ass up. Police spoke to Adam's brother Michael, who said that Adam hit Harmony and gave her a black eye. Police then reached out to Adam's cousin Kevin, who witnessed the alleged incident. He bashed her around the house, Adam Montgomery said, according to Kevin. Kevin told investigators that Adam was upset at Harmony when her infant brother started crying because he told her to keep an eye on him. It's not a little child's place to babysit, for number one. In anger, Adam allegedly spanked Harmony, made her scrub a toilet with a toothbrush, forced her to stand in the corner for hours. I'd like to take his head and put it down the damn toilet and hold it for hours. Oh, God, this makes me so mad. Although police announced this year they believe Harmony was murdered, no one has been charged with her disappearance and death. In April, Adam Montgomery was charged with felony theft and weapon possession. The charges, according to police, are not related to Harmony's case. Now, Montgomery's defense lawyers are pushing the judge to suppress numerous statements made by the defendant that could potentially harm his case. It is unclear what the reported incriminating statements are, but Smith asserted that Montgomery was refused the right to remain silent. Man, I hope that's not true, because it can mess up the case. Can mess up getting justice for Harmony. When Montgomery made it clear he didn't want to engage in the encounter, that he was asserting to his right to silence, he was ignored and questioning intensified, Smith wrote. Well, he didn't have to answer him. I mean, is he not a grown man? He could have sat there and said, Mom is the word. Okay, when Montgomery explained he had left Harmony with her mother around Thanksgiving 2019 because they were living in a car, Detective Dunleavy confronted him with prior statements. The detective interpreted as inconsistent. Smith is also pushing to suppress any information found in Adam Montgomery's track phone, which was taken by police on December 31st. Well, they had a search warrant. In June, the FBI, Manchester Police, and the U.S. Marshal's Office and the State Attorney General's Office arrived last week at the Manchester home where Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, and his wife, Kayla Montgomery, lived with Harmony before she vanished. Now, I do know that they searched that backyard. I think it was like last year. The Manchester Fire Department set up an incident tent while the city's Department of Works dropped a camera into a sewer pipe while FBI agents watched the camera view from the utility truck. Investigators were seen hauling a large refrigerator wrapped in black plastic out of the apartment, along with other items that were wrapped in brown paper. I thought it was a house. Harmony's remains have not been located. Jury selection for Montgomery's theft and weapon charges has been set for November 7th. A status conference for charges related to Harmony will take place on October 27th. Why we got to wait so long to hear the status of this case? I mean, what's going on? And what is up with this large refrigerator wrapped in black plastic? was seen going out of the apartment. Do they think her body was in there at one time? Did they find her body in there? I don't know. But I do know that it was a house that they lived in because it had new tenants living in it. And I remember reading the article when the police were back there digging up the backyard. They said the tenants that lived there now had nothing to do with Harmony's case. I mean, they could have missed something in that backyard. They must think that she is somewhere on that property. I'd say she is, or she's not too far away. Hey, Cheryl T, good morning. Love my Charlie Faith, good morning. How are y'all doing? I wasn't looking at Chad. I was reading about this freaking weirdo and this poor child. Can you believe? Now, I mean, I guess I'm going to have to bash these people a little bit. Because why would you sit there and allow somebody to hit on a child? I don't care if it is their own child. You don't sit there and let somebody knock a little child around like that. What, was y'all scared of him? What, was y'all wusses? I think they did report the incident, but not right away. Like, I've got a lot of questions. Did this mother not roll up at his house and like, where's my daughter at? I know she had contacted, I remember reading, she had contacted CPS several times trying to get them to look into where Harmony was at. I mean, you can just look at that guy and tell he's bad news. Can y'all believe the police or the judge gave him custody of that child? Like, what in the crap? Oh my gosh, guys, this case makes me so mad. Let me see what else we can find. That was just on Crime Online. Let me type in her name. Imagine what she went through, having to stand in a corner for hours, little bitty thing, scrubbing a toilet with a toothbrush. I like to stick at some of a bitch's head down the toilet. Okay. Here's something from 2 weeks ago. I'm going to see what this is because I didn't read this. If I can get it to pull up. New Hampshire child Harmony Montgomery's disappearance is now being investigated as a homicide. I believe they've been investigating it as a homicide for a long time. So she was only 5 years old when she was last seen in 2019. Remains not yet found, but biological evidence led us to this difficult and tragic conclusion. New Hampshire Attorney General John Formella said, it is not clear where the evidence was found, but Formella did say that they believe the child was killed in December 2019. Okay. Although Montgomery was last seen in 2019, she was only reported missing in the last week of 2021, sparking a frantic search by police and local officials in Manchester, New Hampshire. Okay, police have not released much information on the circumstances surrounding Harmony's disappearance, but have spoken to several of Montgomery's family members. Earlier this year, Kayla Montgomery, the wife of Harmony's father, was arrested and charged with welfare fraud for collecting food stamps in Harmony's name. Kayla, 31, is not Harmony's biological mother, but obtained $1,500 worth of food stamps from December 2019 to June 2021, even though Harmony did not live in their home. You can't tell me that his wife didn't know that that little girl was missing, that she wasn't at the mom's house. I believe that she's just saying that to keep her ass from getting charged with anything. Her husband and Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, was also arrested and charged with felony second-degree assault from a 2019 incident with Harmony. That's when he allegedly blacked her eye. Neither of the two adults has been charged with anything related to Harmony's disappearance. In June, authorities searched a Manchester home where Harmony's father and estranged wife used to live. Investigators were seen moving a refrigerator around, CBS Boston reports. Anyone with information about Harmony's whereabouts is encouraged to contact law enforcement through the Manchester Police tip line 603-203 6060. There is a $150,000 reward for a tip leading to an arrest. Somebody's got to know something. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in his brothers and cousins. They should have took action right then and there. Now, I just don't understand that at all, guys. I guess they was scared of that little punk ass bitch. I think everybody failed this sweet child. Yes, Cheryl, they did. Yeah, they're monsters, Charlie. They sure are. When I read stuff like this, it makes me hopeful as hell, y'all. I mean, if I could get my hands on that son of a bitch and his little ugly wife, I'd get some info out of them. And I really hope, God, I hope the police didn't keep questioning him after he wanted a lawyer. I hope that's not true. Because if they did, it will get thrown out. Because, he asked for a lawyer. But then again, if you use common sense, just because somebody keeps asking you something don't mean you got to answer them. You do mum's the word, as they say. I'm glad he's so ignorant, though. See, they ought to be charged with something in Harmony's case because he had physical custody of her and he can't produce the child. She's been gone for years. So why not charge him for something? There's got to be something that will stick. Child endangerment. There's just got to be something. She's a beautiful little girl. I love her in this little shirt. Girls rule the world. She could have ruled the world, and she never had a chance at a good life because of that son of a bitch. Now, I think I read that the mom has straightened up, and she's no longer on drugs. But, to me, as a mother, I just don't see why she didn't do a little bit more, like showing up at the house. I'd have went to the damn police station, told them what was going on, and got them to go with me to that house. Done something. I know I'm judgmental about this, but I just don't understand it. And where's these grandparents at? I mean, where's the grandparents? There's some sorry-ass grandparents in the world, y'all. Like my mom with my son, she messaged 100 times a day asking 100 questions about him. Did he eat? Did he do this? Blah, blah, blah. Talked to him on the phone. I thought every grandparent did that. But legally, they have to stop questioning him, so I'm with you. I hope that's not true. Yeah, I know it. I know it. It could really, really mess up that case. I want to know what was in that refrigerator. And why they took that refrigerator out. Now, they said they found some kind of, what they call that, biological evidence. They got something that makes them think she was murdered. Some type of evidence. They said biological. Okay, let me see what else is going on, y'all. We got to talk about Kobe Bryant a little bit this morning, and then we're going to we're going to read the case about the guy that burnt his girlfriend's genitals. Let me see if I can find it. I want to read y'all the title of this. Oh, here's a crazy one. Satanist murders, decapitates woman, then puts her head on a stick in a park. We got to read that one, and I want to find the other one. Where was that? Hold on, guys. I'm going to find it. Because it said he was out on bond. He burnt her genitals. He raped her with a pole, and then he dropped a baby from a window. Now I can't find that. Ooh, I see another interesting case. Kentucky nurse charged with murder for allegedly injecting senior with unprescribed Ativan, leading to his death. That caught my eye because I just watched about Rita. I think her name's Rita Mays on the ID channel, and she was a nurse at a VA hospital in West Virginia. And there had been like 7 of the men that were veterans that had died, and they found insulin in their system, and none of them were diabetics. And come to find it out, this nursing assistant was going and getting insulin and injecting these people. And she killed 7 elderly vets. She looks like a real bitch. And the thing about the hospital was they didn't have any cameras on the floor and nobody kept track of the insulin. It wasn't locked up. Of course, now they've changed all that. I'll find that other story here in a minute. Let me see. I want to go back up to Vanessa Bryant. As soon as Kobe's helicopter crashed, old Molly Golightly was over there live streaming about it. Damn family hadn't even been notified. But the way she knew about it was like TMZ. I mean, she had like thousands and thousands of people in there, y'all, watching that live stream. Hey, Bama Cat. The mom should have done a welfare check like Woodcock did for JJ. Yes. Yes. See, Woodcock and him, JJ had been missing, what, for a month or so? And Lori was giving them the runaround about it, you know. Oh, he's fine. He's happy. He's fine. I hate that bitch. I tell you, if there's one person I hate in this world, it is Lori Vallow. And I hate Susan Smith with the passion. I can't stand her. I wish they'd have put her in that car and drowned her. Million for graphic photos taken at Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash site. It's ridiculous. These people, it's famous. They got no privacy, guys. The jury also ordered Los Angeles County to pay $15 million to co-plaintiff Chris Chester, whose wife and daughter were killed in the crash. A jury took little time on Wednesday to order Los Angeles County to pay Vanessa Bryant, widow of NBA star Kobe Bryant, another $31 million in damages for the graphic photos that deputies and firefighters took at the helicopter crash that killed Bryant and his daughter and 7 others. The jury awarded Bryant, who also lost the couple's daughter Gianna in the incident, $16 million. Chris Chester, his wife Sarah, and daughter Peyton were killed in the January 2020 crash, $15 million. Officials said the pilot of the Sickler Sky, something other, S-76B, likely became disoriented while carrying the Bryants, the Chesters, and 4 others to basketball practice. There were no survivors. Bryant and Chester sued over photos taken at the crash site. Hold on a minute. At the crash site, some of them graphic close-ups of the victims shared among an unknown number of people. That is sick. That is disgusting. People dying tragically, and you're taking pictures of their dead bodies and passing it around. That is disgusting behavior. Okay. In fact, that was a key argument from the plaintiffs, that the county had no idea how far the images had spread because it never thoroughly investigated the incident. Hold on a minute, y'all. I'm going to have to start screen sharing. It's doing something here. Okay. The truth is the county has no idea who had the photos, who sent them to Bryant's attorney, Craig, something other said during closing arguments. I don't blame her. He pointed out a laptop belonging to a since retired fire captain who had taken photos at the crash site, had no hard drive when it was examined. The same captain said under oath he didn't recall being at the crash site. A deputy who saw the photos showed the photos to a bartender, turned over his phone for examination by the forensic firm the county hired, but it had been reset. Examiners never learned the identity of at least one firefighter who received the photos. One deputy testified he took about 25 photos, but others testified that he told them he'd taken more than 100. Probably planned on selling the photos. The county's attorney argued that none of the photos had turned up in the public realm, and that meant they were all deleted. But the lawyer said chances of the photos turning up somewhere down the line was definitely not zero. We're not here because of an accident. We're here because of intentional conduct by those who were charged with protecting the dignity of Sarah, Peyton, Kobe, and Gianna. Maybe it's Gianna. I don't know. I swear, sometimes. Can you imagine how his wife feels? She lost her husband and her daughter. Gosh. And people are taking photos um, of the bodies and passing them around. Hibiscus, sorry, can't be in chat. Work is calling. Oh, that's all right, Hibiscus. I'm sorry, but I think that little girl's mother also has to take responsibility for little Harmony's hellish life. Oh, yes. Yes, Shorty. Absolutely. I'm behind in my chat here. Let me catch up. Absolutely. Crystal Sorry, she should have took her ass and checked on Harmony. You know, I have tried to be easy on her, but I mean, just as a mother, you know, you say to yourself, how could she not go check on that child? I think a lot of people are scared of Adam Montgomery. He wouldn't scare me. He ain't nothing but a punk ass bitch. That's all that son of a bitch is. Beating on a little girl. Piece of shit. I swear, somebody ought to go waterboard his ass. That's what they ought to do, like the CIA does to people when they're interrogating these terrorists and stuff. That's the way they do it on the movies. Okay, let me see. I wanted to find that story. Hold on, I'm going to have to punch it in. I want to find that story about that guy that burnt his girlfriend's genitals and raped her with a pole. And he's out on bond. Let me see what I'm finding. Okay. Right here it is. Give me just a second, guys. Let me close some things out. I want to share. I haven't read this, so I don't know if the baby survived or anything else. I just saw the title when I was scrolling through this morning. Okay. Released on bond, alleged killer sets ex's genitals on fire, sexually assaults her with pole, kills mother, and drops baby from window. So, I guess the baby did die. New details have emerged in connection with the Michigan man facing multiple murder charges in Harper Woods. According to Fox 2 Detroit, 23-year-old Jonathan Welch returned to court Monday for triple murder and related charges in connection with the death of his girlfriend. So she died. Zalea Frazier, his stepfather, Robert Bray Jr., mother, Flossie Bray. The incident happened in July at Welch's mother's home in Harper Woods. He's accused of killing all three after his mother secured a bail bond for him earlier this year, allowing him out of jail while wearing a GPS monitoring device. Okay, so I was confused. I thought they let him out on bond. Okay, let me say this. Let me keep reading because I'm confused. Police say the string of violence began on June 2nd when Welch allegedly attacked his girlfriend. Welch reportedly strangled the woman with an extension cord, doused her with gasoline, set her genitals on fire, burned her using a scalding spatula, sexually assaulted her with a pole. A detective who responded to the incident said Monday that Welch became upset with Frazier, wouldn't allow him to see her phone. Thinking she was talking to others behind his back, the defendant allegedly began torturing and threatening her. The incident lasted 4 hours, police said, with Frazier trying to check on her crying baby in the home while Frazier tortured her. The victim was able to escape and run to a neighbor's home for help. Frazier was subsequently arrested, but less than a month later, he was out on bail. Police say he finished what he started. Okay, so he was arrested for that. They've got these names mixed up. It should say right here, Welch was subsequently arrested, but less than a month later, he was out of jail. And police say he finished what he started. Okay, so he attacked them, got arrested, got out on bond, and then murdered him. They let him out of jail. He killed my sister, Frazier's sister, Brianna said. On July 2nd, police arrived at the scene after the second incident and noticed Welch had barricaded himself inside the home. Welch's mother, who had been attacked, was able to get free and escape across the street. She started to collapse, so I helped her down, and I had to keep her up because at that point, I see the knife is still in her back. Neighbor Ruth Tabone said earlier this year the mother was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries, but ultimately passed away. Welch is said to have stabbed her numerous times with a butcher knife. Those who lived nearby said they saw Welch drop a baby out of a window. The infant, identified as Welch's 1-year-old son, was found alive in the backyard. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Police allege that Welch also fired a gun at officers and attempted to set fire to the home. He surrendered after a 7-hour standoff. So the first incident started because he wanted to see her phone, thinking she was talking to somebody else. She didn't want to give the phone up, and he started torturing her, and he tortured her for hours. And she was trying to get to her baby because the baby was in the house. The baby was crying. Okay, he was arrested for that. Then he gets out, and he murders her. Okay, I thought he killed the baby. See, I was so confused. I want to watch this video. I'll see if I can mute. From downtown. Hold on, God. Let me stop screen sharing. Well, no, it's going to work.
Detroit, looking for news at 11. Starts now.
Let me do Control D. It might mute it for me.
The system failed them. Tonight we're hearing from the family. Murdered woman whose suspected killer is believed to have been set free after a previous attempt on her life. New tonight, they are heartbroken and they are furious.
Leah Frazier was murdered this week during a violent rampage in Harper Woods. Her boyfriend, Jonathan Welch, is the accused in the case and for trying to kill Frazier just days before. Sean Lay has been digging deeper into a very sad, horrendous bond controversy. He's live at 36th District Court tonight, where a magistrate set that bond. Sean.
Magistrate did set that bond here a number of days ago, Devin, here at 36th District Court. We continue to ask the magistrate about her decision-making. What went into that bond. She has yet to respond to any of our questions. Chief Judge here also has not responded to our questions. So we go to the victim's family. Of course, they're heartbroken, they're outraged. They have questions about this bond.
How do you commit a crime like sexual assault and torture and they let you out with $10,000?
Quazon Frazier asking the key question of 36th District Court Magistrate Dawn White on behalf of his murdered sister, 22-year-old Zalea Frazier. Why did White give Frazier's boyfriend, 23-year-old Jonathan Welch, a $10,000 bond and a tether after a horrific domestic violence attack against Frazier June 2nd? The charges: torture, home invasion first degree, harmful device causing injury, criminal sexual conduct, assault to commit sexual penetration, assault to do great bodily harm, 3 counts of felonious assault. Welch posted that $10,000 bond last Friday. He is now charged with murdering Frazier, his own mother while setting her house on fire and shooting at police. At Welch's arraignment on the murder charges, Harper Woods police called the bond given to Welch an opportunity to kill.
He was given a chance with bond at that time and took his freedom as an opportunity to finish the job and kill victim Frazier.
You know, 10,000 is easy to come up with. It's people that steal something from a store that would get more than 10,000. You torture somebody, you sexual assaulted somebody, and you got out with paying $10,000.
So again, the magistrate who set the bond has yet to respond. The chief judge has yet to respond. Who has responded to us so far is Prosecutor Kim Worthy. She tells us tonight, quote, "It is an understatement to say that it is exceedingly difficult to get appropriate bonds for violent felonies from some of the 36 district court magistrates. Magistrates have reports available to them that detail alleged crimes in their files before a bond decision has to be made. The bond that was given to Mr. Welch for his alleged horrific crime was much higher than we usually get. So we were hopeful that after the presentation of the evidence at the preliminary examination, that would hopefully persuade a judge to actually increase the bond accordingly. It never got to that level, tragically, never got to that preliminary examination. Now, Welch is being held, a judge in Harper Woods holding him on no bond tonight. We're live outside 36th District Court. Sean Lake, Local 4.
How many questions still to be answered on this?
Okay, guys. Okay, they didn't want to play too good. Fat baby Toodles. Well, he looks delightfully creepy. Yeah. Yeah, hey, this magistrate needs to be fired. I mean, the man was arrested for torturing his girlfriend, burning her genitals, taking a hot spatula to her, raping her with a pole and stuff, and they give him a $10,000 bond. He probably paid what? $1,000 to get out? Maybe he had to pay the whole $10,000. That magistrate needs to be fired. You don't give somebody that's accused of a violent crime like that a cheap bond. I wonder if they got bondsmen there in Michigan. They got bondsmen in Michigan? Ooh, I see an update on a case we followed last year, or we read about. We're going to look at it. I'm going to go to my chat first. Catch up. I'm back. What the hell did I just come back to? Well, you came back to a man that burnt his girlfriend's private parts, raped her with a pole, tortured her for hours because she wouldn't let him look at her cell phone. And he got arrested, and he bonded out for $10,000 for that. And then he went back and murdered her. And I don't know if that was his mom or her mom. Oh, holy Jesus, damn, I missed all that. Oh, my God, how the hell did they really let that piece of shit out? I don't know. I mean, like around here, they set high bonds. And sometimes, if you've done a felony, they won't give you a bond. They either cuff and stuff you and take you to the regional jail, and a couple of days later, you can get a bond hearing, like through a Zoom call with the judge. The judge will decide, if he wants to lower your bond or whatever, or increase it. People's freaking nuts. I'm telling you, some of these people are freaking nuts. So last year, I believe this was last year, there was this man and little boy, I believe it's in Florida, I'm going to look at it, that were eating at a restaurant. This little boy was being abused, and he slipped a note to the waitress, and she notified police. The little boy was saying he was being abused. And anyway, she saved this youngin's life. Oh, she slipped him a note. Do you need help? Okay, Florida man sentenced to life in prison for horrific abuse of a boy rescued by restaurant manager. Florida man was sentenced to multiple life sentences last week for abusing and torturing his 11-year-old stepson. Hey, where is the biological mother of this child? Ain't no son of a bitch gonna put their hands on my kid or talk to him bad. They got some sorry-ass parents in this world. The boy was rescued by an Orlando restaurant manager who noticed something wrong when Timothy Lee Wilson, 36, didn't let the boy order food. And she saw bruises on the child's face. Oh, gosh, let me see if I can say her name. Flavina or something other, manager of the Mistress Potatoes restaurant, wrote a note. Do you need help? Okay, and held it up for the boy to see while she was standing behind Wilson. The child nodded yes. Wilson was found guilty in June of false imprisonment, aggravated child abuse with a weapon, aggravated child abuse and neglect. At his sentencing on Friday, the judge gave him the maximum sentence for each count. The boy's mother, Kristen Swan, was also arrested, charged with 2 counts of child neglect after reportedly admitting to knowing about the abuse and failing to intervene. Well, honey, she is just as guilty as that ugly son of a bitch. She pleaded guilty on Friday, and the judge scheduled her sentencing for September 16th. Well, she needs a life sentence too, because she could have stopped this. The first time he put his hands on her child, she could have done something about it. Now, I don't want to hear this crap. She was scared of him. I'm sure the son of a bitch left the house sometimes. She could have took her child and run. There's no excuse for letting someone abuse your child. It's one thing for an adult to abuse another adult. But for someone to abuse a child and nobody does anything about it, you just sit there and watch it, you're a terrible person. Terrible. Okay. The child told detectives that Wilson would strap him upside down to a door with straps on his ankles and neck, tie him to a moving dolly, hit him with a wooden spoon, his fist, and a back scratcher. He also reported that he wasn't allowed to eat regularly. Investigators said he was 20 pounds underweight for his age. He had all sorts of different stages of bruising, so it wasn't like it was just one incident. Detective Aaron Lawler or something said it was ongoing abuse and torture. Orlando police said that Carvalho likely saved the boy's life. She rescued the boy from dangerous abuse, they said after Wilson's arrest, by saying something when she saw something. Miss Carvalho displayed courage and care for a child she had never even met before. We're proud someone like her lives and works in our community. She is a true hero. Not all heroes wear capes. She is a true hero. If she hadn't have done something, this son of a bitch would have kept torturing that child and eventually murdered him. That's what would have happened. Look at that son of a bitch. Look at that big fat piece of crap. Tying a kid to a dolly upside down, hitting him with a wooden spoon, hitting him with his fists and stuff. Can you imagine the pain that child endured? Now, their mind's going to be messed up for the rest of their life. I hope that they're he's in a good home right now and going to therapy, getting counseling and stuff. Because it's going to take a lot for him to get over that. He can overcome it, though, and live a productive life. Of course. Oh, my goodness, guys. Hold on. High school sophomore killed in specifically targeted shooting at bus stop. Let me go to my chat before. Mike says, oh, my God, people are crazy. People are freaking evil. It's like that weirdo I have been dealing with on here, harassing me. Hold on, I've done something, y'all. I've went full screen here. Let me push escape. Okay, hold on a minute. What is going on here? Hell. Okay, here we go. Now I got it. Children used to be off limits. Yeah. Why is it we are hearing more and more crimes and murders on children? So sad. I asked that one time and someone commented to me and said it's because we got the internet now, that it always went on. But, I'm not so sure it's just the internet. I think child abuse and murders have increased. I know when the pandemic hit, I read an article. It was just like a few months into the pandemic. And I shared it with y'all. And it said that child abuse had went up 50%. 50%. I bet she wasn't scared to film as her child was. Amen to that. I don't know what the heck is going on in our world. We need to start taking children away from these parents. She needs to be locked up. Yeah. And you know what? I'm seeing more and more people abuse animals too. I'm seeing videos all over TikTok of people out in public beating on their dogs. I just saw a video. This guy was telling this couple to leave. He's like, I saw you put your foot on that dog's head and hold it down. You need to leave. What he should have really done was called the police and yanked that dog from him. He might have got in trouble for that. For yanking the dog from him, but hey, stuff like that ain't gonna go on my watch. Hell to the no. I'd say this man, that weirdo, was probably resentful and jealous of that child because he belonged to someone else. A lot of weirdos are like that. kids are kids to me. I don't care who they belong to. Even if they belong to somebody I don't like, I'll still be nice and kind to them. I want to see what went on with this shooting. My son's a sophomore. 16-year-old Indiana high school student was shot and killed while waiting for his bus Thursday morning in what police say was a specifically targeted shooting. Greenwood police said they were searching for the suspect and provided no further information. I walked my son to the bus stop. And I walk down there and meet him in the evenings. Clark Pleasant Community Schools were placed on lockdown. The district told WISH. No visitors will be permitted in our school buildings today, the district said. The district also said extra security officers were on hand as well as counselors. The victim was a sophomore at Whiteland Community High School in the Clark Pleasant district. A WISH reporter said that the victim's siblings was also at the bus stop. The neighboring Greenwood Community School District was temporarily on lockdown, but moved to a lockout situation requiring students to have administrative approval and an escort to leave the building. I'm telling you, it is not safe for your kids to wait on the bus, to go to school, to go anywhere anymore. It's not safe for anybody to go anywhere, but especially kids, y'all. I was going to share this to y'all. There's no picture of the student. So that happened this morning. This happened this morning. Waiting on the bus with his younger sibling, and somebody targeted him and shot him. Hey, I talked to Timothy about these weirdos. I told him yesterday morning while we was waiting on the bus to come. I was like, if anybody ever pulls out a gun at school, you try to run or play dead or do something. And I told him you need to be aware of your surroundings and what people are doing. If you ever hear anybody threaten they're going to shoot up the school or anything, you need to say something, son. And he said he would. Because you just don't never know. We live in a small place, but you don't never know what could happen. Not with the Looney Tunes in office. Oh, gosh, I know. Don't even get me started on Biden. I don't get into politics, but I don't think he's a very good president, y'all. If y'all like him, that's fine. I don't judge people for things like that. But I don't like him. Not at all. I'm not like a Democrat or a Republican, but I got like conservative values and stuff. But I also believe, people's free to love and do what they want. A lot of people think Republicans are against gay marriage and all that. I'm personally not. I don't know about other people. I mean, I'm a conservative woman, but I think, people's free to do what they want. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to read about that Uvalde school. That stuff is a mess. I mean, they've got a lynch mob after that chief of police. They even had a little girl speaking at the town council meeting out against him. It's just crazy. Let's see. I wanted to see about that nurse. Oh, right here that bitch is. Then we'll talk about that Rita May. She was a killer nurse too. Hold on. Y'all know I just jump around everywhere. I will go to jail over some mistreating and hey, me too. That woman and man said to that guy on TikTok, said, you didn't get us on video doing it. He said, I don't care if I got you on video or not. There are several witnesses, and y'all's going to leave this dog park right now, or I'm calling the police. He should have called the police anyways, is what he should have done. You cannot train a dog by beating it. You cannot train any animal by beating them. My papa taught me that as a little girl. You respect animals. You respect their boundaries. And if you're kind to them and stuff, they're going to like you. They're going to love you. Look at me. I'm a cat whisperer. And I'm not even a cat person. I tamed a feral cat She's over here laying on the pillow right now up in the window. I mean, animals will respect you. You want an animal's respect. You don't want them to fear you. You mistreat an animal. So, a Kentucky grand jury indicted a nurse on murder charge this week after an investigation determined she injected an elderly patient with something special while he was agitated, ultimately causing his death. Damn ads. Okay. Ultimately causing his death. Lexington police say the May 5th death of 97-year-old James Morris at Baptist Health Lexington was a direct result of the action of Yvette Hunter. I guess that's how you say it, 52. And Lexington's supposed to have good hospitals. My little brother's dad had open heart surgery down in Lexington. The State Board of Nursing issued an immediate suspension order for Hunter's license. According to the board, Morse was agitated and aggressive in the hospital on April 30th, prompting Hunter to ask for medication to calm him. The request was denied, the order says, and Hunter reportedly took a vial of lorazepam, which is Ativan, meant for another patient, and was seen a few minutes later with a syringe in Morse's room where she proceeded to administer something intravenously. She injected him with it, is what it means. Another hospital employee saw Hunter give something to Morse and asked what it was. Something special, Hunter allegedly said, according to the suspension order. Morse became sedated after the injection. Lorazepam, brand name Ativan, is used to relieve anxiety and works by slowing brain activity. Well, see, the Ativan pill is not very strong, but when they give you a shot of Ativan in the hospital, but it'll put you on your butt. I had a bad panic attack one time. I thought I was having an allergic reaction because I couldn't talk, I couldn't breathe hardly or nothing, and they gave me some of that. The patient was later found with labored breathing and his oxygen saturation equipment shut down. It was determined that respondent had disarmed, lowered the oxygen monitoring system several times as to not set off an alarm at the bedside, the Board of Nursing said. Morris aspirated on food or medicine given him while he was under the effects of lorazepam, and as a result, development pneumonia. He was put into hospice care on May 3rd. Despite the rapidly declining condition of the patient, respondent never called for rapid response nor acted with any sense of urgency. Respondent did, however, edit documentation of administration of Ativan on patient B to state not given. Hunter later admitted giving Morris Ativan without an order, the board said, as well as subsequently feeding him. She wanted him to die. That's why his oxygen thing was messed with. Baptist Health said that Hunter was fired on April 30th and reported to the Board of Nursing. But WKYT reported that she continued to work in a hospital until her arrest on Tuesday. She was placed at the University of Kentucky Hospital, where she worked as a travel nurse by a healthcare staffing agency, which was responsible for paying her, hospital officials said. UK Hospital said it immediately released her from their duties upon learning of the suspension and indictment. The staffing agency did not respond to requests for comment. Well, why didn't one of them nurses confront her and go tell like a supervisor or something? Hey, I saw her, with a needle in her hand in the patient's room. I mean, why didn't they say something? The state attorney general's office referred the case in July to Lexington Police, which launched a criminal investigation, the Herald Ledger said. Court records say she is being held on a $100,000 bond. Evil old bitch. You know what? If you don't got the patience to work with the elderly or sickly people or with children, then you shouldn't be in that profession. That's what I got to say to anybody that works like at a school or a hospital, nursing home, whatever. If you don't got the patience and you don't got a compassionate, caring, loving heart, you don't need to be in those damn professions. Look at her. She looks like an old bitch. Can you just imagine? And I think my little brother's dad sadly he passed away, but had his open heart surgery at UK hospital. I think that's the hospital. Well, since we're talking about nurses, I want to share this case with y'all. Then I'm going to have to get off here, get myself put together. I've got to do a TikTok video with Tammy Wynette's song. I was country when country wasn't cool. I can't sing. Let me look up this old weirdos. And the thing about this woman, she was a serial killer, killing her those older veterans. And her husband, he was already in prison for child pornography. Rita Mays, killer nurse. Type it in. Oh, she's also a veteran. Let me click on this article. I just watched this documentary. She's a veteran who killed 7 other veterans at a West Virginia hospital. Their families want to know why. Let me see if this is going to let me read it. It's a Washington Post. Sometimes they want you to pay. Let's share. My father taught me that if someone can be cruel to an animal, they will do anything. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, they will. And I have always heard that if kids are mean to animals, they could grow up to be a serial killer or killer. That's what I've always heard. My grandfather, he never did like my granny's brother because they had a barn we could see from the porch, and they'd take a big old board to them horses on the side. I called blow on them one time when I was a teenager for that. And my papa, he didn't like them over that. Because even though my papa was a hunter and he trapped and sold furs and stuff, he respected animals. If he caught the wrong thing in a trap, he'd bring it home, doctor it up, and then go release it. We've had bobcats, foxes, everything. So there's Rita. I guess that's how you say her name. To her neighbor in the quiet leafy hollow where Rita Mays returned after her overnight shift at the Veterans Affairs Hospital nearby. Mays seemed like the kind of person you'd want living next door. She was friendly, waved hello, and let Tina Hickman walk this. I ain't got no damn account. Let me find another one. Stupid son of a guns. Damn Washington Post. Hold on. Let's just go to Wikipedia, freak. Okay. Rita Phyllis Mays, born June 16, 1975, is an American convicted serial killer who murdered at least 7 elderly military veterans over a span of 11 months between July 2017 and June 2018 by injecting them with lethal doses of insulin while she was employed as a nursing assistant at the Lewis A. Johnson Veterans Medical Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Was a nursing assistant, so like a CNA. On May 11, 2021, Mays was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences for the murders, plus 20 years for 1 count of assault with intent to commit murder. Background. Rita Mays was born in Reynoldsville, West Virginia in 1975. She was a United States Army West Virginia National Guard veteran who served from November 2000 to April 2001, and again from February 2003 to May 2004. When she was deployed to Iraq and Kuwait with the 192th Engineer Battalion, something like that, prior to beginning her employment as a nursing assistant at Lewis A. Johnson Veterans Medical Center. Mays had worked as correctional officer at the West Virginia Department of Corrections at North Central Regional Jail in Greenwood, West Virginia between 2005 and 2012. In 2013, Mays was one of several defendants in a lawsuit that was brought by an inmate incarcerated at the jail who alleged that he had been repeatedly beaten by Mays and other correction officers. Yeah, that was in the documentary too. The lawsuit was dismissed on summary judgment. Mays was a longtime member of Monroe Chapel United Methodist, a small church approximately 20 minutes outside Clarksburg in Lost Creek. Okay, murders and investigation. In June 2015, Mays began working as a nursing assistant at the Lewis A. Johnson Medical Veterans Medical Center in Clarksburg, West Virginia, with no certification or license to care for patients. Nursing assistants at the VA are not qualified or authorized to administer any medications to patients, including insulin. Mays was assigned to work overnight shifts on Ward 3A of the hospital's medical surgical unit in July 2017, when elderly patients began suffering mysterious acute drops in their blood sugar. Over the course of 11 months, hospital staff eventually attributed the deaths of several patients on the ward to hypoglycemia. Many of the deaths were of individuals who were not insulin dependent. 4 of the deaths occurred within 16 days. One patient, Edgel, an 84-year-old Korean veteran, initially suffered a blood drop in his sugar to 24. A reading less than 70 is low and can be harmful. He was stabilized by staff only to die after a plummet of his sugar a short time later. An autopsy later found that Edgel had been injected 4 times. The hospital began an internal investigation of the 11 deaths. May was fired from the hospital in June 2018, and the investigation was turned over to Inspector General for the United States Department of Veteran Affairs and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. The investigation into the deaths of the military veterans began in June 2018 and lasted over 2 years. Mays remained free. She was questioned 3 times during the course of the investigation. Each time, she denied any involvement in the deaths. May's second interview was conducted by a special agent from the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia, and lasted 5 hours. By then, investigators had built up a strong circumstantial case against May, including her internet search history of female serial killers, her Netflix viewing of the series Nurses Who Kill, one episode which focused on insulin killings, and phone calls made by Mays to her husband Gordon, who was serving time in jail for child pornography charges, in which she bemoaned having to sit with a patient that she wanted to freaking strangle. Investigators stated that the call had been made the morning after one of the blood sugar episodes. Oh, yeah, she would actually go in there and try to save these people's lives after she injected them. During another call to her husband, Mace complained of soreness in her arms from having to do compressions on a patient she felt had no quality of life, adding that if the staff would just say, do not resuscitate, he would have went to sleep when his sugar dropped down to 30. The investigation involved more than 300 interviews, a review of phone, social media, and computer records, the review of thousands of pages of medical records and chart, hours of consulting with forensic experts, endocrinologists, the exhumation of some of the bodies and those who were deemed to have died suspiciously. See, at first when these men started dying, there was no autopsy or nothing done on them. But after people just kept dying of these, their sugar dropping, they started getting suspicious. So they exhumed one of the men's bodies. And then they had to exhume the rest of them. And they was actually took to the, United States Department of Veterans Affairs and stuff. And treated with the utmost respect, they said, while they was having to do the autopsies. Okay. Let's see. A person of interest was officially identified in autumn of 2019. The person's name was not disclosed, but authorities later stated that Mays had been a person of interest from the beginning. Well, it always happened on the night shift. These patients' sugar would drop real low on the night shift. So what these forensic experts done, I saw this on the documentary, they just made some kind of little chart and of everybody that worked that shift, like who was on shift when this was happening, who was in the rooms and stuff. There was no cameras on the hospital floor on that ward. There was no cameras. So they didn't have any evidence like that. And they couldn't go and see who signed out the insulin because the insulin wasn't locked up or anything. Anybody could get to it. Even people visiting the hospital could have got to it. But they figured out it was her. Okay, on May 11, 2021, Mays was sentenced to 7 consecutive life sentences plus 20 years during a 3-hour-long hearing at the United States District Court for the Northern District of West Virginia in Clarksburg by U.S. District Judge Thomas Clay. Mays is ineligible for parole. During the sentencing, Mays, in tears, gave a brief statement. Oh, in tears, because you're going to be booked and cooked. You wasn't crying when you was killing them men. There are no words I can say that can offer the families any comfort. I can only say I'm sorry for the pain I caused them and my family. In addition to her sentence, May was ordered to pay $172, $1,000 to the victim's family, the VA hospital, Medicare, and insurance companies. The judge, speaking directly to May, stated several times your counsel made the point that you shouldn't be considered a monster. Respectfully, I disagree with that. You are the worst kind. You're the monster that no one sees coming. In July 2021, Mays was transferred to the Low Security Federal Correction Institute in Aliceville, Alabama. U.S. District Judge Thomas Clay had initially recommended that Mays be placed at Federal Medical Center, Carswell, in Fort Worth, Texas, so that she could receive mental health treatment there. There ain't no help in that bitch. Since Mays' guilty plea, the federal government has settled civil lawsuits with the families of the 10 victims. If she had just stopped with a couple of victims, like a couple of those elderly gentlemen, she would have got away with it. She would have got away. I mean, the family never suspected, that their loved one had been, murdered because these were older men. The abuse is unreal. This kind of stuff happens often. You know what? I hope I never end up in a freaking nursing home because some of the videos that I've seen with hidden cameras sitting up in rooms, it's just awful the way these patients are treated. People wringing their wrist and, this one woman, I saw a video. She's like, I'm wet. Can you please change me? I'm so sorry. I have messed myself again. And that CNA or nurse, whatever she was, just ridiculed that woman. But what she didn't know is there was a hidden camera in there. Her son had set up a hidden camera because he suspected his mother was being abused. I mean, how stupid can you be? Continuously kill somebody the same way over and over, and people are going to start to ask questions. Yeah, it's like that woman. Well, there's been several nurses that's killed babies. When babies keep dying on a hospital ward, or someone, just different people keep dying, I mean, they're going to get suspicious. I've seen videos of them throwing them around the bed. Makes me mad. I know a girl who was a CNA out here at our nursing home, and she got charged with elderly abuse. The man claimed that she punched him. She told me that she did it because he hit her. But, like I told her, that you can't hit those patients back. They got dementia stuff. They don't know what they're doing. I know they get mean and nasty. Some of the elderly do, it's got problems. But if you can't deal with it, you don't need to work there. If they hit you or bite you or whatever, you can't do that back to them. How childish is that? I couldn't believe that she admitted that to me. She didn't like my response to her, but I don't care. It's like I told her, if that was one of my family members, I don't want you to go to jail too. That's just not right. Okay, guys. I guess that's enough of the true crime news this morning. I have to get off here and get myself put together. I've done my vacuuming and scooping my litter box out. These cats are driving me crazy, y'all. I love them. But they're making a mess with this litter. I know. I should be glad that they're going in a litter box. Thank God this is got a cover and filter, but I think I'm going to have to get another litter box. I'm going to have to do some research because I think you're supposed to have several litter boxes for each cat. I can't be putting several litter boxes in here, like 3, but I can do another one, like in my little bathroom. But I keep my litter scooped out. I scoop it out about twice a day. And last night, I took the litter box outside and with some bleach spray. And after I emptied the litter out and sprayed it out and cleaned it and dried it and put fresh litter in. But Cleo is rotten, y'all. She smells horrible when she poo-poos. I did a video on TikTok the other day, and it was Cleo. I said, "Excuse me, Cleo, do you think there's any way possible you could strike a match after you go poo-poo in the litter box?" It's that damn salmon, Pam Center. That fancy feast salmon. Oh my gosh, it's killing me. I was a caregiver for years. I'm here to tell you, if you ever see anyone abusing an elderly person, I'm telling you that I am going to jail. Yeah, me too. I think that's awful. I saw a video this bystander recorded of this woman. It was in a parking garage, and I don't know if they was getting in the car or out of the car, but her mother was in a wheelchair, and she starts wailing on this woman, hitting her, smacking her in the face, and this man's filming her, and he steps in and intervenes, and he calls the cops on her ass. It shows them the video. She gets arrested. Fat baby Toodles. Yeah, I know, it's gross. It's gross. Mark was asking me last night, and he's like, "Why'd you take the litter box and spray it out for us? That litter box stinking. I don't want to smell." I was like, "No, it wasn't stinking. It was just time to be cleaned out and put fresh litter in there." But I got 2 kittens using it. And Cleo, she's got like the worst, oh gosh, she got the worst gas and stuff. And they just I vacuum, and I can't stand stuff on my floor. I can't stand dog hair all over everything. So I'm always vacuuming and cleaning up. I'm a little OCD about it. And I'll vacuum and then I'll go over there, and there's litter everywhere. I'm going to have to move the litter box out of the living room. I only had it in here because, when I first got Cleo, she was so little and stuff. But I'm gonna have to move it to the back of the house or something, because I can't take it. Oh, and if anybody wants to adopt Zoe, anybody that I know and I know is a good person and an animal person, cat person, let me know, because I can't keep her. I'd probably end up with her if I don't find nobody, but I'd be willing to meet you in Kentucky somewhere or Tennessee, but I have to know that you're a good person, you're a cat person. You'd have to get your cat stuff set up before I'd let you have her. I'd really have to know if somebody's a good person, because I don't want her just thrown back outside. She was feral, and she's tame now, and she's living a good life, and I want her to always have a good life. I mean, I could even get her spayed for you. Humane Society's running like a little special. You can meet them. They'll take your animal to Bristol, and you pick them up the next day. They meet you back at a meeting place. You pick them up the next day, and they'll spay and neuter them for a cheap price. I don't really like the overnight deal. Like when I had Skylar spay, it was just right out here in town. I went and got her a few hours later. But I'm sure they'd take good care of the animal. Today's my laundry and cleaning day. Every day is laundry day for me, Mike. Every damn day. I got 2 men here. So every day is laundry day. Yeah, I have to tell y'all, my kid, he's always looking good in the mornings. He looks so handsome. He's got real pretty curly hair. It's kind of long on top, but short around the sides and back. I always put him just like a little gel on it so he don't be looking like Bob Ross when he gets off the bus. The other day, he didn't use gel, and he got off the bus, and I was like, oh, Lord, son, you look like Bob Ross. But he's doing good in school, and he's awesome. He is. I enjoy our walks together, and we're walking him to the bus and meeting him back. I know he's like 15 and he could do it on his own, but hey, I always walk him to the bus, and before the bus comes, I start, walking back home, and then I'll turn around, make sure he gets on the bus. And of the evenings, I meet him halfway, so he don't get embarrassed in front of his friends. Fat baby Toodles. Me too. Laundry every day with toddlers. Yeah. Is he still with his little girlfriend? No, she broke his heart. Y'all know yesterday when I was telling y'all that he got in a fight with another little boy last year, and he whipped the crap out of that boy. That boy started on him first. Timothy finished it for him. But anyways, it was over that little girl. I told Timothy, I said, don't you ever talk to her on the phone or want to go to her house again, because it will never happen. She is nothing but trouble. I found out that little girl was smoking and drinking and had a real bad reputation. I didn't know that. I thought she was a cute little thing. Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea. He's had a girlfriend since then. He used to go watch her play softball. But they decided they was going to be friends. But anyways, this boy kept on telling Timothy he was going to kick his ass and stuff over that little girl, even though her and Timothy was broke up and he didn't want nothing to do with her. He kept telling Timothy that, and then one day in the hallway, he started on Timothy, and Timothy about choked him out. Them boys got in all kinds of trouble with the principal over that, and the principal got in trouble with my mom. I didn't even have to go there. My mom is hell. She's like, I'm not going to put up somebody putting their damn hands on my child. I didn't like it too good either. And then my cousin's little boy recorded it, and I called my cousin and told her I better not catch that up on the internet. Because I haven't even watched the video. I don't want to watch it. And so it starts. They always like those bad girls, Mama, just like the girls always like the bad boys. Oh, my gosh. I told him when he was talking to her on the internet and stuff, because I went in there one morning, and Timothy's phone was laying there, and there was that girl. I could see her sleeping in her bed. And I asked him, I was like, what is the deal with this? This is ridiculous. He said, she wants me on video chat at all times. And I said, son, that's a red flag right there. A red flag. And I let him go to her house one time on like Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. And just because she was at her grandmother's house, and the grandmother seemed all right, and then I found out later, she smokes pot, she smokes cigarettes, and she drinks liquor and pills and does stuff. I did not know that. And Timothy finally, he told me the truth about her. I thought she looked weird that day they came up here and picked him up. Because she had blush on her nose, and I asked him, I was like, what's up with her makeup, son? She's got blush all over her nose and looking like a clown. I said, if she wants, I'll give her a makeup lesson. I'll do her makeup. I always enjoy when you come live, CC. Oh, thank you, Hibiscus. She's like 16. Yeah, she's a little older than Timothy. She's 16. But she looks like she's about 12 or 13. Real bony and stuff. She was super nice and cute. Her grandmother, you could tell her grandmother was a good person and stuff. But the little girl does a lot behind her granny's back. Well, that was the rumor, Mike. That is the rumor. And I asked Timothy, did she do any of that stuff around you? He said no. But she brags about it at school. Because they was at her granny's house, her granny made them sit in the living room and stuff. I think they might have went in the bedroom and left the door open and played a game. But if I had have known all that stuff, oh, hell no, he would have never been around her. Probably nodded out while putting her blush on. Hey, fat baby Toodles. She had damn blush all over her nose and her cheeks, and it was hot pink. And she's got her hair dyed jet black. She had a pair of short shorts on, which I didn't think too much about because I used to wear short shorts when I was young and stuff. But no good. No good for my son. No, she's not good enough for my son. I don't think nobody's better than nobody, but no. If she's going to be like that, she's that type of person, no. Stay the hell away from my kid. He's not allowed to talk to her. No. He said that he wanted him a girlfriend that doesn't show her whole body to the world. What the hell kind of look was she going for? I don't know. I don't know what she was doing. I have never seen anything like it before in my life. It was hot pink. It was right on the tip of her nose and her cheeks real close to her nose and up. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? So I told Timothy real nicely. I was like, I'll do her makeup and show her how to do it. I was like, son, she looked like a clown. I would have been embarrassed. Well, Timothy seems like a good kid. Glad he's living with you again. Yeah. He was just going to my mom's tomorrow. He's going to ride the bus there, and then he'll be back Wednesday. See, here, when he rides the bus, he's home at 3:30. And we catch the bus at 7:30. But when he's at my mom's, he doesn't get home to about 15 after 4. So he likes it a lot better because the high school's just like right out from me. He is a really good kid. He is. I think he was intrigued by that girl because she's a bad girl. That's what I think. And he knows Mama's not going to put up with that. Oh, no. I can't tell him who to date, and I can't pick them for him. Honey, he's not bringing none of them skanks to my house like that. You're staying cute, Cece. You know that. At some point, you might tell him he's not allowed to do things that he's going to do because he's a teenager. I'm so glad that I'm past that. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah. He's good. I talked to Timothy. I was like, you can't be smoking this pot and stuff. You get off these kids because there has been kids that bought them a joint and have fentanyl in it and stuff. I don't know what he does behind my back. He's got some friends that live up the road from me. He spends the night with. I don't know if they get into any meanness smoking or not. But he's a good kid. Damn sure don't do it around me. But I have to talk to him. We have a very open relationship, where we talk to each other. He confides in me and stuff. Gotta tell him the ways of the world, y'all. He gets cracked up at my mom, y'all. He says she thinks everybody's gonna molest me. She told him, now get your mommy to walk to the bus stop with you, somebody might grab you. He said, you think everybody's gonna grab me and molest me? But I told him that things like that do happen, but it's just the way he said it. He said, she thinks everybody's going to molest me. He is so funny. He really is. I wish I could get him on a stream with me, but I can't because of the weirdos. You're smart to discuss all the real going on with him. It will serve him well. Yeah, I think it's very important to have a relationship like that with your kid. I mean, me and Timothy are super close. He respects me. I respect him. We're supposed to respect your kids, of course. And he's honest with me. I can ask him something, and he will be honest with me. I get mad if he lies to me, which he's never has, but I would get mad about that. I want him to be able to tell me anything and be able to come to me, if he needs help or if he witnesses, somebody doing something. Like he told me about that gym coach standing behind them girls in gym when they're bending over and touching the ground and stuff. And I said, son, are you sure? He's looking at their butts, and he's like, yeah, Mom, I don't know what to do about that. So it's got, it's hearsay. Call up to the school and report it. I hate to do that and not knowing, maybe my kid interpreted it wrong. But for him to say something like that, there's got to be some substance to it, because I know my kid. So I'm going to talk to him some more about it this evening. I wish he could get that on video, but if he jerks out his phone, he'll get it took from him. But I hope that's not true. See, we just had a band teacher they fired because he was cuffed and stuff for child pornography. I've been the same way with my daughter. We have very close, open relationships. She's 25. Yeah, that's the only way to be. If your kids can't come and talk to you, then, that creates a lot of problems, really. There's a lot of people that don't really know their kid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Know them. Know what kind of person they are and what they'll do and won't do. Like, I can sit and tell you, like, Timothy, there's just certain things I know. If somebody said, oh, he did this or that, I would know it would be a lie. Such as stealing or something. Yeah, it makes me sick, too. Hey, Gayla, from sunny Sacramento. I love y'all's relationship. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. You don't get along with my mom like that, because my mom's very demanding. Like, I'll be like, baby, you want to go for a walk with Mom? I'll be like, sure, give me just a minute. My mom will be like, she'll go in there and say, let's go for a walk. Now, you're going to get off that game and go for a walk with me before he can even answer. So that's why they have war all the time. The Tulsa Boys Home CEO got arrested yesterday for child porn. I just saw an article on Crime Online where a sergeant in the Army was arrested for child pornography. Are they dumb? When you download that child pornography, it is like if you're putting it into like your Google Photos or whatever, file share, whatever it is. That gets reported, automatically reported. The site will report it wherever you're storing it at. That's what happened to that, what's his name, weirdo, Josh Duggar. His wife's sick, standing by his side, and him likes to look at little kids. Gets aroused by little kids and child pornography. Isn't she afraid that he will do something to their kids like he did his sisters and cousin? That family, I used to think that's a good family, but they're really not. They really look down on women, those Duggars. The women are nothing but cleaning machines. They're nothing but maids and baby maker. Push out babies. Left and right. Left and right. I told my daughter, she's a teenager, if you're in a situation in which you feel uncomfortable, I will come and get you. No questions asked. She did several times. It's important to talk to them. Yes, it is. It's very important. These pedos make me sick. It's disgusting. Hey, I just reposted a TikTok video. This guy was standing out beside the road, and he had a sign. What did it say? Pedophiles all need to be something other put to death because they will reoffend. And I reposted it because that's true. They will reoffend. They can't help it. It's a sickness in them. It's in their brain. They're weirdos. It's like wired into like their DNA and brain. A lot of these weirdos, like what's that little girl's name? Cherish Periwinkle. The guy that took her off and raped and murdered her was a sex predator, convicted sex predator. And if he had been in jail, Cherish would still be alive on this earth today. Which that case really aggravates me because the mom met this guy at the dollar store. She was trying to buy some clothes. The next day, Cherish was supposed to fly to California to visit with her dad, and the mom was trying to get her a couple outfits. Well, this guy sees her at the dollar store, and he's like, I'll take y'all to Walmart and buy some clothes. So she gets her two girls and gets in the van with that guy. They go to Walmart. They're looking around in there and stuff. And that guy says, oh, man, this little girl walked to McDonald's and get some burgers. What do you want? She tells them. Well, they didn't go to McDonald's inside Walmart. They walked out, and that man took her out the Walmart doors, put her in the van, took and raped and murdered her. The coroner broke down on the stand because of how this man had done this child. She had bite marks on her little breasts and everything. And, I don't, well, I'm going to be honest, part of me is like, a big part of me, why the hell would you get in the vehicle with a man that you don't know? And why would you let that man walk off in Walmart out of your sight with your child? See, what she thought was that man found her attractive, and she was going to get some clothes out of him, even though she had $100 her boyfriend had gave her to go to the dollar store and stuff. So that really frustrates me with that case. Now, I'm trying not to kick the mom while she's down, but, I know she feels real bad about that and regrets that. And she never thought that would happen, of course. But, anybody that's normal has to say to themselves, why did she go off with him? Yes, pedos aren't like addicts or alcoholics. You can't come out of being a sick F like that. The Cher story was horrendous, and that mom should have gotten some jail time too. Yeah, I feel bad for her, and I don't want to persecute her, but I got so many questions about that. Why did you allow him to walk off with your daughter out of sight? She thought she was that man was attracted to her. She's going to get some money and items out of it. She didn't need his money. She had $100. Well, you know how much $100 can buy at the Dollar General. I get wanting to send some new outfits, but she was flying to California. Her dad flying her out there. He would have bought her some clothes. It's just, that's a sick case, and that son of a bitch actually wore a periwinkle shirt color to court. I could have looked at that guy one time and told he was a pedophile. You can just tell. I got a sixth sense or something when it comes to weirdos. I could just look at somebody and tell if they're a weirdo or not, or talk to them one time, and I could tell you if they're a weirdo or not. One time, me and Timothy was walking in the mall. He was little. We was waiting on my granny and my mom's double first cousin. They take forever in stores. We went to get a little smoothie, and I saw this Hispanic guy watching us. And I noticed right offhand he wasn't checking me out. He was checking my little blonde-headed boy out. I put Timothy up on my hip and went and got my granny and my cousin. That guy got gone real quick. But anyways, the Looney Tunes in office are trying to have pedos give rights as not committing a crime, but it'll be labeled as having a minor attractive person. Makes me infuriated. That is freaking sick right there. And I don't know who all is for this. I know there was a professor or something in Texas. Yeah, he's trying to get it passed to where, it's not a crime. It's just they're just attracted to little kids. That is sick. Anybody that can be attracted to a little kid is sick. Or a teenager if you're, an adult. It's sick. Oh, speaking of sickos, Kay Letourneau, they're having a special on her on the ID channel. I'm not sure when it comes on, but just turn on the ID channel, Investigation Discovery channel, and it's been given the trailer for it. But it was saying it's going to share some things that the public doesn't know. We'll see about that, because I know a lot about that old witch, because I read the book. Hey, Lisa. Oh, so sorry. I'm well, watch replay, dear lady. Oh, that's all right. I know y'all got real lives. Gayla, so glad Josh is locked up. All my grandkids just moved to Arkansas by where the Duggars live. Oh my gosh, you tell their mommy, daddy, keep them away from them freaking Duggars. They're sickos. Now, I don't think the whole family is, but you never know. You never know about these people. There's this sad theory that Adam and Kayla might have sold Harmony for drugs. Well, Lisa, what we read this morning says that they found some kind of biological evidence that leads them to believe she was murdered. And I think like 2 weeks ago, they removed a refrigerator wrapped in black plastic from the residence that Adam and Kayla lived at. Of course, that place has new tenants now, not connected to the case. But they've got something that makes them think that she was murdered. We'll see. Bless her heart. But those shows rarely show any news that the YouTube true crime people haven't heard. I know it. And a lot of times when they do these movies based on these true crime cases, I'm sitting there watching it going, nope, that's not the way that happened. Or they left out this or that. I really can't get really into the movies like about the cases that I know about. And Lifetime's got real bad for not putting the true facts in there. Like that death of a cheerleader. I told you about that story yesterday. This girl killed her cheerleader friend because she was jealous of her. That cheerleader girl was kind of hateful and stuff, mean to people, bully. Anyways, they didn't catch the killer for like 20, 30 years later. But the movie is not that accurate. And the Skylar Neese movie, what is that called? It's not accurate. It's not that accurate either. The media gives you what you want to know. Something is not always true fact. I heard Molly Golightly say the other day that eventually, basically what she was saying, eventually, like the news stations will be gone. It'll just be the YouTubers reporting on it. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. That woman is ridiculous, y'all. I've tried to give her numerous chances, give her chances like me watching her channel. Except I just can't. I can't watch that woman. She thinks she's better than everybody else, especially if you talk country or something or don't got no money. I got news for her. That money don't buy her no damn class. She talked awful to a woman who was up on her panel trying to share her story of what happened to her son. Her son died of a drug overdose, and Molly cut her off and just talked to her awful. She's like, I want to stay on topic. I can't handle all this. How does people support her? And then I seen people, because I watched a little clip, people in the chat actually defending her for that. Really? Hey, if anybody wants to share their story, you're welcome on my panel anytime, and you will be treated with the utmost respect. I guarantee you that. She's cuckoo, yeah. I got news for her. My granny always says, talking's catching. She's going around talking about people's kids being on drugs, saying it's the parents' fault and stuff. Well, we could say, so that means it was your mom's fault that you was a pill popper? But anyways, when you go around talking about people's kids and putting them down, it will come home to you, honey. What comes around goes around. My granny always says that. Gosh, I can't with her either. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. God almighty. She looks like she needs to get up and wash that ass a little bit. What she did in the Petito case was insane. She treats people horrible. Yeah, I'm not what's his name's parents. Hell, I've done forgot their names. I'm not their biggest fans because they know what their son done to Gabby. But standing outside the house, taking laundry product, going up there knocking on the door and screaming. I mean, you look like a fool. What is that going to accomplish? Nothing. If you're outside someone's home doing that, do you think they're going to want to come out and talk to you? I'd have come out and kicked your fat ass. That's what I'd have done. I mean, come on. She didn't even know the facts of the case, guys. Yeah, she is a joke. Life coach my ass. She ain't no damn damn life coach. Laundry, yeah. And she brought them like laundry detergent and a basket and stuff to their house. And who was that she got fired from their job? Was that Dawn Wells? Her rolling up in Tennessee, up in that holler at the bottom of the driveway of the Wells property, and screaming and going on. Candace order went down there and whooped her damn ass for her. Is what she ordered done. I mean, that I don't know about down in Tennessee, but that crap right there would not fly here in my county. You would not stand at the bottom of my road and scream anything. They would cuff and stuff you for disturbing the peace. I mean, I don't know why these cops let this go on. I guess they have to because, like, freedom of speech and you can protest, but there needs to be a line drawn when it's in a residential area. I mean, if they wanted to protest somewhere, why not go to California to, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting everybody's names. That trial that's going on. Oh my gosh, I cannot even think of it. I want to say Elizabeth Smart. But go to somebody's house, that we really know help their son cover up a murder. I just don't think that you should be allowed to stand outside somebody's house like that. For number one, what about the neighbors and the children in the neighborhood that you're scaring when you're on that damn bullhorn? I got news for them. They're never going to solve no damn case. Never, ever. It's never going to happen. You ain't got enough common sense to come up with all these crazy damn theories. Sometimes it's not crazy and far out there. It's something, simple. I can't with these people. I can't. And this Ryan Upchurch, I used to like him. I've listened to a little bit of his music and stuff. But I'm not too happy with him right now. I think I'm actually going to unfollow him on TikTok, going around and super chatting these people that say vile things about victims and their family, have said vile things in the past. It's bullcrap. People that can support people putting deceased children on candles and stuff like that, you got something wrong with you. Because you got to think to yourself, what if that was my child that was gone? I was completely innocent, but still everybody on YouTube accused me of doing stuff. And you're selling my kid's picture on a candle, making money from it. That's not right. That stuff's not right. If someone ever put my son's picture on a candle or anything else and sold it, I would have your ass in court if I didn't kick your ass first. If I could get my hands on you, you'd take an ass whooping. That's wrong. You're not supposed to do things like that. Oh, yeah, he's a wackadoodle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he looks like he needs to get his ass in the bed and quit doing whatever he's doing. That's how I'm going to say it. Y'all can figure out what I mean. Anybody that stays up all night. And I know some people's got insomnia and stuff, but there's something going on there. I can spot that out a mile away. Everybody telling him he needs to get in the bed, get some rest and stuff. Like, why is he got to get involved in these true crime cases? Why can't you just do your stupid music? Okay, bud? You're making yourself look bad. Buddying up with the YouTubers that nobody respects. Kristen Smart, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl T. Yeah, they should go outside Paul Flores' mom's house and protest. They want to protest somewhere. They kill me, guys. They kill me. I could talk about them for hours. They just irritate the hell out of me. I do not watch them. I watch clips sometimes. I cannot watch Molly Golightly for nothing in this world. One day I saw a clip of her faking a seizure or something online. So she's like the worst actress ever. I could fake a seizure better than that, I think, maybe. I mean, she just, when she has a guest on panel, if it's not about her and the attention's not on her, she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it at all. But anyways, guys, thanks for chatting. Thanks for your support. Have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace. And I'll see y'all in the morning.